guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am doing something that I haven't done in a long time this month, and I am doing a once a month grocery shop. So I have spent the last month working on a capsule cooking challenge, and I have loved it. It has been really amazing. But the thing that I guess was a struggle for me, and it might not be if I kept doing it every single month, but for me, what was the biggest struggle really was the fact that I, for whatever reason, couldn't quite grasp how much of everything I would need. And so even though we were only using the same things over and over, and just highlighting different flavors in recipes, which I really loved the ability to be creative in that, what I did not love was how much more difficult, for whatever reason it was, for me to plan how much I needed to actually have on hand of specific things. And so we are going to go back to our regular way of meal planning at our once a month grocery shop this month, and I wanted to just show you guys a little bit of what we have, and then I will do an Azure pickup next week, and I will show you guys that whenever I pick that up. All right, I'm gonna start right here, just with some pre-made stuff. So normally I am very serious about only buying ingredients, and some of these are ingredients for recipes that I'm doing, but this month is going to be super busy, and I know it's going to be super busy. So there are a few things that just in preparation for that, I'm going to give myself some grace for. So instead of making salsa or making tzatziki, I went ahead and grabbed these from Aldi. This one I'm going to use in a recipe. We don't really eat chips and salsa too much, but then I am making gyros twice this month, so I went ahead and grabbed this. Another thing that I really like about getting this pre-made is that if you are shopping for just like once a month, then this stuff lasts a lot longer. Let's see if I can find the expiration date on it. Yeah, so this is gonna last until like the middle to the end of October for us, and so that's gonna give us a good month from when I'm filming this right now. It's going to give us a good month to use these, where if I bought all of the ingredients to make tzatziki, it would not. It would take us a lot longer. So that's one thing that I will say is kind of nice about getting stuff pre-made. Sometimes if you need it to last longer, that's definitely makes it more possible. The next thing that I went ahead and just got pre-made is pasta sauce. I knew I was going to need it for several things that I am bulk cooking this month. And so rather than just making it myself, because I didn't have all of the tomatoes and everything to make it from scratch right now, I decided to just go ahead and get it. It was going to end up being better for our budget to just get it, and that's I really like this one from Target. So there's that. So Parmesan cheese, normally I buy this from Azure, but it was actually a lot cheaper per pound to just get it in the big. These are pretty big things of it. So I got 3 of them from Sam's this time. So I won't have these in my Azure order, which is kind of a bummer because I do really like that brand. But yeah, they were way cheaper to just get them from Sam's this time. Cottage cheese. So we don't really eat a ton of cottage cheese. Bird does, but yeah, this is mostly just for recipes that we are going to make this month. Queso fresco. We love that on tacos, which we're having a couple of times this month. And the kids really like it for quesadillas, so there's that. We are doing brats for lunch, which I will show you guys how I am going to cook these. But we are doing brats for lunch this month twice, and so I already had one package. I needed to get another one. This one I am just going to cook these up and have them all ready in the freezer to just reheat. I'm going to do some bulk breakfast cooking later this month, and so this was going to be a really handy thing to add to that. Heavy whipping cream we just use a ton of, and so I went ahead and grabbed 2. This is another thing that it lasts for a really long time, so this one doesn't expire until the end of November, and so heavy whipping cream lasts a lot longer than like milk does. I'm not sure why, I just know that it does, and so I don't have a problem getting a lot of this all at once. I am doing some stuffed shells, so I knew that I was going to need several boxes of this. We will probably use 2, and then I will stick 1 in my food storage. So one reason that I am not having to buy as much stuff is because we do still have a big food storage built up, especially for things like meat. So this is the only meat that I am actually getting this month, or that I have this month. I have a lot of chicken and a lot of beef that I have got from farmers, or just from Azure, or from other really good places. And so all I really needed was pork this month, which is why I have brats and breakfast sausage and this Italian sausage. I have 4 of these, and I don't know if we'll use all 4 of these this month. But if we don't, this freezes and stays really, really well in my freezer. So we use Italian sausage quite a bit, especially the one from Aldi. A pound of this is a lot less expensive than a pound of hamburger meat right now. So if I am doing like pasta and stuff, sometimes I will do Italian sausage instead of beef, because it is a lot less expensive, but it also just has a lot of flavor in it. So that's kind of nice. A pork loin. So this will be 2 meals for us this month. So I will show you what I'm going to do with that here in a little while. I have string cheese. These, sometimes my kids just eat them, and then I have a couple of recipes that I use string cheese for. And so we needed to stock back up. Okay, so produce. This is the thing that I know when people say that they once a month grocery shop, that this is like the main question that people ask is, how do you do produce? So I have enough produce here to last us at least probably 2 weeks. Some of this stuff will not be good for 2 weeks, and some of it will be fine. And so we will use what is going to go bad first, and then in 2 weeks I will go back and get a second batch of produce for the next round of recipes that I am making. So since I have everything already completely meal planned out for the next month, I know exactly what produce to get, and I went ahead and meal planned for the produce that was going to go bad first. So we have some tomatoes. This lettuce, if you get the romaine lettuce that is like in the 3-pack like this, I have found that a lot of times it will last longer than 2 weeks, but it definitely lasts 2 weeks easily in our house. But we have another one of these in the refrigerator, and we go through about 1 package a week, and so I only needed 1 more. A couple of things of cilantro, grapes. Grapes are a really good fruit to get to last longer than a week at a time. Now, we might eat those before the week is up, but if we didn't, they would still be good in a week in the refrigerator, whereas like berries or something might not be. Jalapenos, celery, which I don't like, but I am going to suck it up and use in a couple of recipes this month. And then I got a bunch of avocados. These were on sale for 49 cents each. These were on sale for 49 cents each, and they look pretty good. A couple of them are pretty soft, and so I'm going to get to use them sooner rather than later. And that is a great tip that I have for avocados. When you buy them, if you're buying for like a long time, like a month or a week or 2 weeks or whatever it is, if you're buying them more than just for one recipe, try to find them at different stages of ripeness, and that way you can use them at different times. So the ones that are more ripe, we will go ahead and use today, and then the rest of them will be ripe by the time I need to use them. So just like having things that are pre-made, like the tzatziki, I knew that there were going to be some times that I was not going to be able to make our own bread stuff this month. And so I did go ahead and grab some tortillas and a few things of bread, actually 6 things of bread and some hot dog buns. Now, I definitely will still make most of our bread stuff, but this will get us through those days that I just have so much going on that it is just impossible for me to add anything else to my plate. And so adding just some bread, I think this is 99 cents a loaf at Aldi, just a few extra dollars was definitely worth my time this month. And then the rest of our produce, I went ahead and grabbed some bananas. We are getting to the point where we are doing mostly smoothies for our fruit, because we can store the frozen fruit a lot longer than we can store the fruit that we like to have in smoothies, like in our refrigerator. And so the only thing that I'm really having to buy for that right now is bananas, because we have so much frozen fruit from Azure just in our freezer right now. so I needed to get some bananas, some potatoes. We will use these quite a bit this month. I have potatoes on my menu quite a lot. Some red onions, some Granny Smith apples, and some pears. So that is what we have for the month of, well, this is like the middle of September to October, but for the next month, this is what we will be using in our recipes. And then we will also pick up our milk from a local farmer who we are buying our raw milk from right now. So that is what we have going for our groceries for this month.